Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Tuesday, May 31st, 2022, about 12:40 in the afternoon. President was all over the place over the weekend, understandably so. He was mourning and speaking with the families in Uvalde, and he gave a speech at the Tomb of the Unknowns yesterday on Memorial Day, and either on his way to the Tomb of the Unknowns or on his way back, he stopped to talk to reporters. And boy, if he didn't get his facts wrong again. The president has a penchant for saying the Second Amendment is not absolute, that our rights are not absolute, and that you can't own a cannon, and that you couldn't own a cannon in 1791, when the Bill of Rights was ratified. He's wrong on all counts. What is a right? A right is an indefeasible claim that comes from your humanity against the whole world. It's part of your existence. It is superior to the law. It cannot be regulated. If it can be regulated, it's not a right, it's a privilege. So your right to live, your right to think as you wish and say what you think and publish what you say and worship or not worship, your right to travel, your right to own property, your right to protect yourself and protect that property. These rights are absolute. They were absolute in 1791 when the Second Amendment and first 10 amendments were ratified, and they're absolute today. Here's the president. Listen carefully, because there's a lot of background noise, but if you listen carefully, you'll hear them, and then you'll hear me afterwards.
The Constitution, the Second Amendment, was never absolute. You couldn't buy a cannon when the Second Amendment was passed. You couldn't go out and purchase a lot of weapons. And those who, not many are saying it anymore, but there was a while there where people were saying that, the tree of liberty is water with the blood of patriots, and what we have to do is you have to be able to take on the government when they're wrong. Well, to do that, you need an F-15, you need a Abrams tank.
To do that, you need an F-15 or an Abrams tank. Poses the question, can you own a tank? The answer is yes. In a free society, you can own anything that the government owns. And the Second Amendment is and was absolute. People owned cannons in 1791. There were no federal laws regulating the right to keep and bear arms or armaments of any type whatsoever. The Washington Post itself, which has been beating the drum to take your guns away from you, acknowledged this much. So the president is wrong. The Second Amendment protects the natural right to self-defense, a right. It comes from your humanity. It doesn't come from the government. The government can't interfere with it. The government can't take your right away from you unless you violate somebody else's right. So a house burglar gives up his right to be free when he violates the property rights of the owner or the legal occupant of the house. But short of that, the government can't take your natural rights away from you. Justice Scalia wrote in Heller versus the District of Columbia, 2008 Supreme Court opinion, which finally, after 200 years, made it clear that the right to keep and bear arms is an individual personal right. He said that right today is the modern extension of the ancient right to self-defense. Where did that ancient right to self-defense come from? Your humanity. Somebody comes after you with a bow and arrow, you shoot them first. Somebody punches you in the nose, you punch them back twice just as hard. These are natural human reactions and instincts unregulable by the government. Why would you want a tank? Why would you want an F-15? It's a jet. Why would you want these strong weapons and large amounts of ammunition? Come on, old Joe. Turn on Fox. Turn on CNN. Turn on MSNBC. And look at what's happening in Ukraine. That's why you need these weapons. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.